What to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien. He is Andrew Fox Miller. And, well, I got to be honest with you, Andrew. A little bummed that we're having our season in review show ahead of the Pro Bowl, ahead of next week's Super Bowl. I would much rather be, well, flying to Phoenix right now. And there might have been a path for Andrew to come to Phoenix. Instead, all of those plans were foiled last week. So instead of that, we are going to cheers to a successful season, a little Tiger Stripe beer courtesy of Wiedemann's Brewery. So cheers.
Are you cheering? You're going to open it before?
I guess so.
What's wrong with you?
I guess so.
Jeez.
I don't want beer to get all over your equipment. That was the thing, you know. See, I usually stone cold cheers, not these little soft pinkies out cheers. You know, I'm not that classy, but basically we're going to have a season in review show, chat about the Bengals, talk about the season that was. Thank you for all of your support throughout. And also answer some questions, because something tells me that you might have a question or two about T. Higgins or Joe Mixon or Joe Burrow or, well, Jesse Bates, or the list goes on of off-season questions that the Bengals face. So, yeah, before we get to all of those questions, who's your friend? Oh, it's Andrew Fox Miller. I introduced you.
No, you did. It's people are just joining.
Oh,
it's just funny. It was a funny
at the
question.
top. Yeah, this is the guy that gets a shout out at the end of every video that no one knows or sees.
Right.
It's him. So there you go. He's honestly, you could tell now why we keep him behind the camera and not in front of the camera. Just kidding, man. I thought he was going to get mad at me for that comment.
Hey, we're not there. You're working too hard to push the buttons too early, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will. Okay. So before we get to T, and we'll lead with T, and then we'll get to some of your questions, because T didn't, but social media was set on fire earlier today about T. Higgins, about speculation with him. So before we get there, how many subscribers did we gain this season?
Oh,
15,000, 16,000, something crazy.
Yeah.
So much so that maybe half of our subs weren't here when we did our last live chat in August. So shout out to you, all of you that have liked, subscribed, have chimed in, whether it's on the OT, Bengals on the Brain, all of our stand-ups, our Joe Burrow videos, which obviously do really well, our locker room stuff, whatever the case is. Every single thing you see on this channel, either Andrew or I have touched it. I don't think there's anything really where you haven't at least oversaw part of it, even if it is the OT or or Bengals on the Brain. Obviously, Nick Superling, Joe Goodberry, and Elise Jesse as well for those shows. But yeah, it's been a really fun year, an exhausting year, a trying year, and yet it's all worth it because of you guys. So, thank you. And that's how we should start the show. That said, I need to let you talk at least a little bit.
Well, let's get in let's get some Bengals stuff out of the way, right? Some updates. There's some news, some things to talk about.
Yeah.
And then we'll let some people join. We'll keep having a good time, right?
Okay.
That's what this is about.
All right. Let me
pull it up to you here. I got
T. Oh, you already have a T question.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, somebody just commented on it. Might as well put
T's
it on
going
up
to
there.
tee it up. I see.
Where did we go here? Oh, here it is. There we go.
Yeah, they were annoying. And here's why they're annoying. I'll break the news. The Bengals aren't going to trade T. Higgins. If that's the case, if they do this offseason, well, then I will, I don't know, chug 2 of these on a live and do it while Andrew's punching me in the gut. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say here. The point is it's not happening. And it's not happening because, well, there's precedent for it not happening. First off, we know how great T. Higgins is. The Bengals are going to try to extend T. Higgins. He's 24 years old. He's one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL. And so why wouldn't you want him around long-term with a young quarterback like Joe Burrow? So let's just start there, right? And then let's go from there. Okay, so let's say they don't get a deal done. Well, he's on a rookie contract. He's a bargain. He's one of the best bargains in the NFL for 2023. So sorry, T, you're going to make $4 million if you don't sign an extension, and the Bengals are going to make you play out that rookie contract. 100%, no doubt in my mind. They're not going to be pressured into trading T. Higgins. Has anyone that has ever followed the Bengals ever known the Bengals and the Brown family or in the ownership group to feel pressure from the outside world or pressure from agents or pressure from anyone, people like me? Zero pressure, zero chance, no None. And honestly, all of the outcry from all these other fan bases, like, oh, well, you should try to go get T. Higgins. Get T. Higgins. The Bengals are going to look at that and say, yeah, why would we give up T. Higgins? That's exactly what they're going to do. The other part of this, Jesse Bates, who everyone's made the connection that David Mulligetta represents Jesse Bates, so it could be tough to get a deal done with T. Higgins because Mulligetta also represents T. Higgins. Okay, that sounds good. But how has this played out for Jesse Bates? He had to play out his rookie contract, held out, got tagged, held out, still had to play out that contract. That is, at the very worst, T. Higgins is going to be a member of the Bengals. They are not going to trade him. They are not going to entertain that. Why? Because they're trying to win now. And unless you're giving them a return that is just monstrous or a player that is better than T in return, okay, so what young receiver is better than T. Higgins? Oh, Justin Jefferson? Okay, they'll entertain that trade, but there just aren't many ways where that happens. They're just going to make him play it out. So T. Higgins, the likelihood of a trade, you never say never in this business, but it's 0.0001% this offseason, and I will go ahead and say it. Never, ever, never going to happen. Andrew, your reaction to me saying that, which I'm very, very, I want to make it 100% crystal as clear as Andrew's camera. T. Higgins is not getting traded this offseason. And again, I'll chug 2 Tiger Stripe light beers and let Andrew punch me in the gut live here if it happens.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I couldn't help but think the entire time of you trying to challenge your prediction, your assertion that it won't happen. And all I could do is think about what kind of bet we could make, because that sounds fun, even though I don't think T's going anywhere. Like, what if you change your profile picture on all of social for like a week and I get to pick the picture?
Sure. That's fine. I'm not worried about that.
I'm good then. I'm good.
I would rather punch me in the gut and watch me chuck 2 beers. I don't know. But that's fine. You can change the pic. It's got to be like PG-13. It can't be R. You can't get like my verifications ripped or something.
Oh, well,
can't do that.
Well, maybe let the comments vote and then just
T isn't going anywhere. And really, you don't need me to tell you that. Just pay attention to what the Bengals have done. And it's the right call, by the way. They're in win now mode. I would rather have an extra year of T. Higgins and then some receiver they draft this year or next year to replace him in 2024, 2025. It would be 2025, by the way. Then do it the other way and trade him when he's still under contract or still under team control, like the Titans did with A.J. Brown. That is just rolling the dice. And I know the Vikings are an example with that too, with Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson. Asking the NFL to pass up on a receiver like Justin Jefferson and have him land in the 20s is really risky. I don't see it happening. So it would take a ton. The Bengals, would they pick up the phone? They pick up the phone on a lot of things. Would they hang it up? Yeah, they'd probably hang it up in about 5 seconds, which is what T is changing his number to in 2023. And it's going to be right here in Cincinnati. All right, let's keep it rolling now because we spent more.
Do you want to address this at all? Did we get that out of the way?
No, we can. Yeah. All right. So Terrence asked about Joe Mixon. Look, the charges were dismissed today. We'll see if they come back up. We'll see if the situation continues to be completed or if there are charges that arise again and are pressed and filed. It kind of was weird. The whole thing was weird. I don't want to get into the in particulars. One, I'm not entirely in the loop on all of it. I don't think anybody is, but just given what's happened, it's done now, but it's not complete. And there could be more charges, or that same charge could be filed in the future, filed correctly, for lack of a better term, but it might not be. So look, that doesn't help Joe, but I don't think it matters. Jake Lisco and I on Locked On Bengals did a whole episode on Mixon, essentially, in the running back room yesterday, before any of this came out, and it came out right after the news broke, of course, but recorded the whole thing because it's a real topic. Do you want to move on from Mixon, open up about $7 million in cap space, 7.5? It could get up to 10 if you make him a post June 1 cut. And so there's an argument to be made that, that you move on from that. If it were me, I probably would, not because I don't like Joe or think he's that, honestly, I think he is a good guy. I don't know what happened, right? But he's always been good to the media ever since he got here. He's been a great citizen, but it's been great to kids and great to his teammates and everything like that, great to coaches. But the productivity was not there this season. And as a runner, was he a little more explosive than Samaje Perine? Sure, but he's not as good of a run blocker. He was a pretty solid receiver, I'd say, this year. But it just, is it worth $12 million? Like if you're paying a guy that money at that position, you need him to be Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry or one of these guys that opposing media and opposing defensive coordinators and coaches and defensive players are talking about all week long leading up to it. Who are they talking about? Usually it's Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Boyd even, and rightfully so. So to me, I think you could find, another back that gives you most of what Mixon did. Maybe you bring Samaje Perine back and platoon him with a rookie. I certainly think they're drafting a running back. Maybe they'll add one in free agency too and let Mixon walk. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting dilemma. It's one of the interesting dilemmas that the Bengals have this offseason.
Let's have a quick I feel like we should address draft just because it kind of gets us into the schedule for the remainder of the offseason. Not necessarily you give your take on the draft unless you really want to, but I think this is an opportunity to tell people like how it kind of works as far as like schedule what we look at and the content that we put out.
Yeah, Joe Goodberry's still going to be doing Bengals on the Brain every Tuesday with a lot of draft stuff. I'll be doing draft stuff. We'll be at the Bengals facility all throughout the draft, reacting to it and everything like that. But leading up to it, there's going to be a lot of speculation that we'll try to cut through. We'll try to give you exactly what we're hearing, thinking, talking, and by the end, just to give you an example, last year it was really tough, right? They're drafting 31st overall. Dax Hill was a guy we were on. He was one of the few guys that was like, all right, Dax Hill's there. George Karlaftis is there. Everybody was on corner. And those were two guys that kept coming up, and we hammered that. And obviously they went with Dax Hill, who I think is going to be a home run pick starting in 2023 when he gets on the field and is able to play. So, we're going to have a ton of draft coverage, and we're not going anywhere. And Andrew's going to be editing a crap ton of videos, and I'm going to annoy him a lot with that. Like, hey, man, I just did a video 7 minutes on this nickel corner from Nebraska. No, maybe not that in depth, but we're going to have you covered all things draft for sure.
All right, let's get a little.
By the way, there's another video in the drive, 7 minutes on a nickel corner from Nebraska.
There is a video in the drive. It's not that one though.
Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis interview is coming up.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion tight end.
Let's do a real quick rapid fire. I want to catch up on a few quick comments. Not so much Q&A, just people chiming in. Dan, yeah. We opened up we
double fisting, baby.
Yeah, we started with a Wiedemann Tiger Stripe.
Notice
beer.
a theme. Notice a theme.
But yeah, we
got the Rivertown Inquiry bourbon glasses.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, this is right in the mic.
Yeah. Boom. Open up those ears.
I'll go back and edit that. Give it a little earthquake effect. Kevin Jones. I know Kevin, of course.
Oh, is that your guy? Must be if he's saying you look good.
Like he follows you too.
Does he?
Yeah. It's just picking sides. I don't blame him.
Yeah. The wrong side. Thanks, Kevin.
Little shout out from Louisiana. Shout out to my Star Wars poster. Thank you. Back there.
The Bourbon Bros strike again. Yeah, Iron Man.
Never seen James live. Actually, I believe that. I actually believe that. I mean, unless you don't watch other shows that you're live on.
That's true. Yeah, I've been live on other shows. We don't do a lot. We haven't done a lot of lives. Maybe that'll change. That's one of the many off-season things that we will discuss.
Yeah, it's all about off-season. We try stuff and what works, what doesn't. It's not that live didn't work. It's just other stuff kept moving.
Yeah, correct.
So, let's see here. Do we want to dwell?
Les, don't worry, man. We're good. We'll be able to finish the live.
I'm gonna.
What?
I'm kind of clearing out a few other things here.
Yeah.
Dax Hill.
Ronnie, don't be ripping Dax for some
Where's
special
Ronnie?
Teams nonsense.
Ronnie.
There are so many Bengals fans that are doing that. First off, it's so funny that I think it was Jeff Hobson on draft night. Jeff Hobson asked Zach Taylor about Dax Hill's special teams ability. And I'm pretty sure Zach was like, and this is on draft night, and I think Zach's done a great job. But he's like, you don't take your first round pick for special teams. Well, that's what he did this year because they just didn't have any injuries. Von Bell and Jesse Bates or Von Bell and Jesse Bates. And they needed him to just be this kind of utility guy that was backing up multiple positions on defense. But I think Dax Hill is going to be great next year. Just you wait, Ronnie.
But speaking of last year's draft picks,
Tyson Anderson is ready. He's ready to go. He was able to practice towards the end of the year. Me and Tyson are, have a pretty good relationship. So I talked to him. His locker's right next to Dax's. They are certainly part of the future of that safety room, a big part of it for sure.
These are all right. We'll rapid fire really quick. Yeah, I agree. TJ, time for you guys to start this channel. Great last 2 seasons.
It timed it really well.
Yeah. And
not gonna lie, I'm a little bit more excited to be talking about T. Higgins' next deal than, oh man, hey, will they be able to land a receiver named Brandon LaFell? Or will they? What are they gonna do in the draft? There's just so much. Yeah, it's.
I loved Brandon LaFell.
He's a great dude, no doubt. I'm just saying that was not as
the hardest question you're gonna get asked tonight. How do you even answer that? Who owns it?
Owns it? I mean, YouTube owns it.
Come on, YouTube owns it.
Technically,
okay.
It's a YouTube channel. It's their platform.
You all own it. You're shareholders. No, it's I don't know. I guess the origin, right? Maybe that's what the real question is, right? James obviously has all Bengals. He'd been writing for all Bengals for quite some time. I think there was a plan at one point for me to kind of get back into writing. And I got really involved in video editing. I was running a YouTube channel during the height of the pandemic, like the quarantine phase of the pandemic.
Yeah. And
I was just getting into it. I loved it. I was figuring it all out. James and I knew each other for quite a few years prior. And I said, hey man, you're putting videos on all Bengals. Can you hand me what you're doing there? And I'll just throw it up on the YouTube page and let me show you how this works. And about a month later, I think we talked on the phone and James was like, hey, so you're on board with this. Like, this is just as much your channel as it is mine. I was like, God damn it. And then that's it. Here we are. So
yeah, he said, "Oh, damn it," because he still has like a normal job and responsibilities, and he's a dad and all of those things. And I'm like, yeah, hey man, edit these videos.
Yep.
And now it's become a thing. So it literally started there. But I was always into video. I always did like little stand-ups that no one watched on YouTube. Like this channel was once upon a time called James Rapien.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was like 8 people that watched it, like, or that subscribed to it. And 7 of them were probably relatives. So,
I think there's videos still out there from like, if you sort by oldest, there might be a few out there.
There are like, yeah when I worked at 700 WLW full time, I would do little stand-ups and it's real bad.
Yeah. You look like you were like in 7th grade.
And I was in my 20s.
Right.
And now I look like I'm in my 20s, right?
We got
right.
Some,
right.
Yeah, sure. Look at you. Look at you.
Right.
Speaking of being a lightweight, trying to say, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, Les. We'll be all right.
Oh yeah.
Don't you worry, Les. You keep watching though. You'll see how this goes.
Over under.
James consumes during chat. Oh, over under 3.
Beers under. This is my only beer I'm gonna have.
Yeah, it's gonna be over 3 drinks though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm
not a lightweight, man.
What type of bourbon?
I've been on
a really good question.
I've been on the road. Y'all think I'm in my prime right now as far as that goes.
We got some Weller back here. I think a Sazerac and
what we're drinking right
Blanton's
now
and a EH Taylor, but I don't know if I'm gonna open that.
Nashville Barrel that a viewer actually sent me, and it's really, really good. So there you go.
Uday from LA. I got a lot to catch up on here. I'm gonna see here.
We'll hit that, Gavin.
Oh, threw it at you.
How did you get? Oh, Terrence. I long story short, just because I don't want to bore everyone to death. Started in college, just doing journalism stuff, writing, blogging. Interned at iHeartMedia here in Cincinnati, and it just kind of went from there, right? Where I would do anything I could to cover sports, talk about sports. And there was a lot of stuff that I did that wasn't sports. Radio producing. I produced a bunch of different shows that were politics, news, a car show, gardening show, all these different things. But always wanted to do sports. And so it took a while. There was a lot of time that no one saw. But, I slowly worked my way up, produced for Mo Egger and Lance and those guys on 700 and 1530 and kind of went from there. So, it's been a steady gradual climb, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I posted today like my season-ending IG post, and no, really, really blessed to be able to cover the Bengals. This is my third season back in Cincinnati, so my return to Cincy correlates with Joe Burrow being drafted. So not only was this channel launched at the perfect time, but I really picked the perfect time to come back to the Queen City. Couldn't be happier.
Got a couple here. First of all, I'm going to get this out of the way quicker than James's story about how he became a reporter.
That was like the
I
very short.
get it.
Like, that was so short.
I
didn't even give him any detail.
That Fender amp, by the way, I've never even used before. It's actually my son's. He's got like a little Squire with a small amp. I got a bigger amp. It's actually down here, but the guitar is the one that I have right down here is my Paul Reed Smith, my PRS. So I'll plug that into my other amp, not that one. That's just I made a decoration because it fit perfectly on the shelf.
It's song time. Come on.
No, I'm not doing that right now.
Come on.
I'm not doing that. We got other things. We don't want to lose
just a couple bars.
We're gonna maybe later. We talked about that. You talked about this a little bit. I mean, we had a whole video dedicated to it, right?
Yeah. This year, the expectation was to make a playoff run, to be in contention for the 1 seed, to maybe win the division for a second straight year for the first time since 81, 82, and in the AFC North specifically for the first time ever. And so they checked all those boxes. I never expected them to win 10 straight games. I never expected them to necessarily get back to the AFC title game. So I think they about hit expectations, because I think it's unrealistic to expect Super Bowl any year. It's really, really hard to get there. And they were a play or two away from getting there. So it was a hell of a year.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, I brought this idea up. I wasn't serious, but now I'm like, it's actually not the worst idea.
Yeah, like a live Super Bowl. Like,
hey, Bengals aren't in it, so come watch us and we'll talk. We'll all have a conversation, have a good time.
Never know. Never say never.
I would never say never.
Eric, we'll have some behind the scenes chat. And,
honestly, if it were me, I would watch me on a live stream editing a video with no dialogue, no sound over watching the Bengals not be in the Super Bowl. Wow. Is that extreme?
It seems a bit extreme.
It is a little. I'll watch it. Jeez.
Or maybe we could, go live and play a little Madden, and I'll kick your tail.
I kind of propped it up. I mean, I understand this
mentality. I know, Stuart. That's why we're having this
yes.
season interview wrap-up show.
Exactly.
Having some bourbon, some beers, just relaxing here, and it doesn't have to be that. Get your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever the heck you're drinking. It don't matter. I like that you're like, we're all just having a good time relaxing as you yell at Stuart. Like, I know, Stuart, go relax. Am I yelling?
You were getting loud.
Oh,
you were raising your voice.
My bad, Stuart. I didn't mean to hurt Andrew's feelings.
Didn't hurt my feelings. I'm just looking out for Stuart. What kind? We already talked about that. Fate.
All right.
Oh, what do you want?
The Torbert Sun thing. That one. Tiger Gang. No, up to.
Oh.
Up to.
Oh my gosh.
There.
All right.
That is not true. Someone sent me that, like, hey, did you see this? And I'm like, all right. And now I don't know if his son did or not, but like obviously that was just a meme. So there we go. I don't even know if he has a son.
I got one for you. I think this is actually a really good question because you and I both have these conversations in general, but
oh no, I talked to Joe. He doesn't do interviews like at his locker. He'll do the news conferences, but I talk to Joe pretty regularly, probably more than he would like me to talk to him. But no, I think we've had we have a pretty good relationship.
I'm sure you could imagine too, right? Like in any situation, any job that you have where it's kind of like maybe you want to talk to somebody or whatever, but you also like, you kind of know your limitations. You want to continue to establish that relationship and that level of trust and confidence. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of it is there's, 25 reporters in there and you don't want to linger. One, you want to pick your spots too, because you're in their space. So there'll be days where I don't go over there, or sometimes weeks where you don't chat with him. But it's not like I make it a habit to make sure I'm saying hi to 9 every day. That could be somebody else. That's not my job.
When you left Cincinnati, you were in Cleveland. You were born and raised in Cincinnati.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was too, in case you were asking me.
We both grew up in St. Bernard, to give you an idea of where we're from. He went to Roger Bacon.
Hence the Wiedemann's cans.
Yeah, that's not why we have those, but
Rush though.
yeah, they were gifted me pretty good beer, by the way. Last sip here.
Zach Taylor or Joe Burrow? Where do we?
Come on, Kayla. Come on, Kayla. What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, of course it's the Joe Burrow era, but much like, and I think Zach's a good coach, but much like I said, I was really lucky to come back when Burrow got drafted. Boy, oh boy, if Zach had gotten that job 2 years prior, then that 2020 draft, sometimes it helps to be lucky. And the fact that they had the Joe Burrow draft and they were able to get Joe Burrow, well, now it's the Burrow and Zach era, or the Burrow Taylor era, and that'll be what it's remembered as, no doubt about it. Because these coordinators, they're going to come and they're going to go. And some of these players are going to come and go. But Burrow, Taylor, maybe Chase, I think those guys are going to be here for a long, long time.
That's right, Brian. RB Tech. That's right.
06.
Yeah.
Man.
02. 02 for me.
Yeah. See, Andrew's old, man. It's all right.
For a minute.
No, Betsy, I did not go to I went to St. Bernard, public school kid.
Not the whole time.
Riff raff. Who let the riff raff in? I'm kidding, but yeah. Was it the Brady or Belichick era? It was Brady and Belichick. It was the Brady Belichick era, and it was like 3 eras, by the way, not just one. I mean, that lasted. That's the thing, is it's really unrealistic to expect that, or anywhere near that. Think about it. Manning in Indy, as great as he was, completely changed the city, 1 Super Bowl win. Rodgers in Green Bay, he's the biggest Rodgers homer in the world, 1 Super Bowl. Burrow's better than Rodgers anyways, but you get my point. So we'll see. We'll see how many Burrow gets.
I'm not biting.
He is.
I'm not.
He's not a me first nonsense. I'm already in on Burrow over Rodgers.
I know what
like
you're doing.
In prime.
I know what you're doing.
I don't care about the MVPs.
Okay.
I don't care about them.
I know what you're doing.
Where's Baker going? Someone said that. Hopefully to Green Bay to replace Aaron Rodgers. Bum.
Throwing this out there. I don't know if you've quite pinpointed
memory or play moment. This season. I haven't. Obviously, the Sam Hubbard TD is the most pivotal, right? It's the biggest play. It's probably the biggest play in franchise history, arguably. Certainly one of them. Honestly, the biggest play to me is Jamar Chase's 60-yard touchdown in New Orleans. Because if you were there at that game, it felt like they were going to lose. That was the loudest stadium that I was in this year. Arrowhead last year in the AFC title game, I thought was louder than this year. Maybe I'm hyping up the past, but that's just how I recall it. But that stadium in New Orleans, like Mercedes-Benz, it used to be Mercedes-Benz. I forget what they call it now. The Superdome, either way. Super loud. Momentum was going against the Bengals, and Chase said, no, this is my house. So that play really changed the season, because if they lose that game, it's really tough. And I know if you win 10 straight, but I don't know if they would have won 10 straight. I thought that was a huge, huge moment.
I get rid of that now. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, get your questions in. Get your questions in. Anything and everything. This is a season wrap-up chat that we've been wanting to have in the middle of, the end of February, every single year. And unfortunately this year it starts at the beginning of February.
Skip trial. I mean, geez. I mean, we got with.
What are you looking at?
I'm trying to just see the screen, and you got your skip trial, YouTube premium. I like that. Like, essentially, like we contribute to YouTube, and we have YouTube.
He's mad
revenue, and he doesn't have
I'm not
premium.
paying attention to my laptop.
He's got to get the warnings to sign up for premium or get a trial.
Why would I pay attention to my laptop when I'm trying to pay attention to you?
Okay, all right,
ladies and gentlemen. This is why he's behind, not in front of the camera. And just another reason why we don't put him out here much. Because
if I come out,
he's all flustered because of a skip trial thing. It doesn't matter what's going on.
I was just trying to see the info. It's like I don't have it pulled up. Well, because if I turn this on, it got sound coming in. And
I didn't know you were using this.
Actually, I couldn't mute my speakers.
There you go, sweetie.
I'll monitor it myself. Jesus.
Oh my God. New O-line coach. What? Who's saying that?
Who's your favorite all-time Bengal? Let's get that one's
Ocho.
An easy one.
Ocho. He's always open.
Yeah.
7-Eleven.
Yep.
That's my generation.
Tell him about the little poster you got.
Oh yeah, Andrew hooked me up for just to be a nice guy, I guess. I don't know exactly why. What was it? 16 by 20?
So you'd be indebted to me?
16
What?
by 20?
I
Got me
don't
a
know. This is
16 by
bigger.
20 Chad Johnson. He's diving to make the catch. It's a famous photo that a lot of you have probably seen. Autograph though. Got a frame in the mail. Boom. I just got to hang it up. Right now it's propped up. It looks really nice in my basement, but I got to hang it up. Once I do, I will post that on social because it's pretty cool.
I can't believe we're talking about Beckham Wyrick in the comments. What are we doing?
Are we really? I know Beckham. That's
I
funny.
I was trying to. Yeah, this was a good one.
Well, I know of him. He does no idea who I am. What's your stance on Jonah? Jonah was fine. Like this idea, Jonah was fine this year. Was he great? No. Did you feel him when he was out? Like, I think because expectations were so low for Jackson and they were pretty high for Jonah coming in, that we think that Jackson was Jonah, or we think that there was like this, there's going to be this battle. I don't think there's a shot in hell that there's this legitimate battle with Jackson and Jonah right now. Now, if Jackson has a great offseason and shows up to camp and just crushes it in OTAs and shows up to camp and he just looks like the man, well, then maybe we can have a conversation. But no, I think Jonah Williams is likely the left tackle. Now, the draft could impact that, no doubt. And he is versatile. I think he could move around if you needed him to. But I think, like Super Bowl-wise, if they had gotten there and Jonah was healthy, he would have been the left tackle. I don't know if he's the franchise left tackle, though, to answer your question. They might go in another route, but I don't – if he's not the franchise left tackle, I don't think the franchise left tackle is on the roster currently.
I don't know who Colgate Comedy Hour is. I know what Colgate Comedy Hour is. Roy Donk. He's no Marcus the Worm Hicks, but, you could hear what that guy's playing off the map. I don't know who made that reference and created an account dedicated to I Think You Should Leave, but that's awesome. Marcus the Worm Hicks. I Think You Should Leave Netflix. You don't know. Okay, let's see.
Betsy, you're the best. You're my favorite.
Wow. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you. I hope everything's good.
I saw Betsy reminiscing all about St. Bernard and.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I grew up on Greenlee Avenue. So there you
go. Collins. Is he going to be pupped for like 7 weeks next season?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, he got hurt so late. That's what really sucks is he got hurt so late in the season and had surgery early January. So you're hoping that maybe, if things go well, he could get on the field in August. It's a lot to ask. And I think the one benefit to this injury, maybe his entire body can heal and he could strengthen the knee, but everything else can heal and he can be good to go. But it is interesting when you look at that contract. Do they rework it? What do they do there? But right tackle is certainly a question mark, especially with the way Hakeem Adeniji played. And I get it. It's Chris Jones, but it's not like Hakeem Adeniji was breaking down any walls and, shattering expectations. We'll say that.
I got here. So I'm putting this up because it does kind of plug the OT, the fact that Elise interviewed Tim McGee for the sort of finale of the OT, the season, kind of recapping things, but also looking ahead, contract situations and what have you. So if you haven't checked that out, do so. We dropped that video this past Thursday night. So it's out there. It's a snazzy thumbnail, if I do say so myself. You'll find it. Joe Burrow's right there.
Do that one next.
Yeah, I got you.
This one. I just don't want you to miss that one.
So yeah.
All right. First things first. I get what Tim's saying, and that's fair because you don't want to set a bad precedent for players, future players and all of that. And I get that. That's the business, right? You don't want someone undercutting the entire quarterback market, especially someone of Joe Burrow's stature. That said, the dynamic of going the Mahomes route and taking a huge, huge deal, but long-term deal, basically 2 long-term contracts into one. That's the most team-friendly you're going to get in this market when it comes to superstar quarterbacks. And I don't know if he's going to do it or not. His agent will probably tell him not to. Because if Joe Burrow is set to become a free agent again at 31 years old, he's going to get even more money. And he's going to make more over that 10-year span. But will that give him the best chance to win? And I think that's the dynamic, that's the negotiating tactic, and that's where T. Higgins comes in too, and Jamar Chase, who's going to be up next year, and Logan Wilson, who's eligible for an extension along with T. Higgins, is if you're the Bengals, you say, look, Joe, we've shown you through 3 years that we're willing to do whatever it takes. We will stick with the coaches that you love because we believe in them too, and they've proven themselves. We will go offensive line coach and right members of the offensive line to keep you upright, which they did do. To their credit, they did do. They lost 3 guys late in the season. That's really tough to overcome. We'll go get you Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and surround you with weapons. We'll spend in free agency. They've done all of those things. Make us or give us a little more flexibility so we can continue to do them moving forward. I think that's the selling point, and I wonder how much Joe will be involved in the negotiations because he wants to win. But his agent is, in every agent, thinks about dollars, cents. And so how much is Joe involved? I think that part's interesting. Regardless, I think Joe's going to get extended this offseason. I think he's going to get a ton of money, 50+ million, more than Rodgers, because he's better than Rodgers.
Okay. I'm not biting.
I'm
not biting.
really,
I maybe would have bitten, but you've just gone on for about 40 minutes.
I'm really trying to hurt Andrew right now. Hurt Andrew's feelings. Joe Burrow's better.
I'm so glad I'm not editing this video. This live is like a breath of fresh air. Once every 5-6 months, just sitting back and let the video do its work. Is this the one you wanted?
No.
Or the next one here?
Yeah, that one.
That one. All right.
Why does it feel like the window is gone? I hate this. Why? Joe Burrow isn't the best version of Joe Burrow yet. Jamar Chase is not the best version of Jamar. T. Higgins not the best version of T. All 3 will be back, signed, sealed, guaranteed, 100%. And so if they will be back, they're like, oh, but wait, I saw that report on Twitter about T. No, T will be back. And so when you have those type of playmakers and you have a defense that's still going to have plenty of talent, you're going to have a chance. Now, what weaknesses will they have going into next year? I'm not sure. We'll see how it plays out, who they keep, who they don't, who they target in free agency, what they do in the draft. It is certainly interesting. But look, this is the issue. When you have good players, you're going to have to pay them at some point. The good news is Burrow's rookie deal is still a rookie deal. Higgins, rookie deal. Chase, rookie deal. So they're going to have to be aggressive this offseason, maybe get a little creative, and try to add some talent. But that window is still very much open.
We've gotten a lot of pleases from
Chase. Yeah, Chase Pride. Who's the best quarterback? I mean, it's Mahomes, probably.
What are you doing?
But Burrow, whatever. But Burrow's right there. I mean, he's top 3. He outplayed Allen in his house, and it outplayed Mahomes 3 out of 4 games. Didn't outplay him the other day. A lot of that had to do with the Bengals' offensive line. I get it, but Burrow wasn't perfect. He wasn't an A+ Burrow the other day. He wouldn't say he was either. He was probably a B. And a B usually gets it done if your line's holding up. But when you're on the road and your line's not holding up, things are going against you a bit. It's tough. And so, no, Burrow's top 3 for sure. I'd probably have him 2 behind Mahomes. And the Bengals, I'll tell you right now, will take him 1 over everybody. And I get it. I understand it for sure.
We'll get to this in a second, but hang on real quick. This is a good question. Who's your favorite player to interview? Ooh. Let's go with this season.
Yeah. Mike Hilton's really good.
Yeah,
I like Mike a lot, and I think Mike and I get along well. So I'd probably go with Mike.
Maybe Ted Karras.
But no, that's every other media member's favorite.
Oh, right. You can't be one of that.
And
I got to be different.
And I like Ted a lot, but it's hilarious. Like, Ted gets as many questions asked of him as Burrow does. More. I mean, and he holds court, and he deserves a ton of credit for doing it. He was a huge addition to the locker room. The other one I'll give you, actually.
Give it to me.
Jamar. Because Jamar, you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah.
You might get a 4-word answer, and you think it's a good question. You also might get a huge laugh, reaction, and something that's going to go viral because Jamar says what's on his mind. So you never know what you're going to get with Jamar.
I'm gonna throw this up here.
Elise, you don't want these problems. I can't believe you think little Elise Jesse thinks she can beat me in a kneading contest. It's the
little.
Cutest.
She's taller than you.
The cutest thing. Yeah. Okay. So that's how we define is height.
Yeah. You say little.
I'm wider. I weigh more, and I eat more. So it's not even going to be close. It's so cute. It's really cute. The heels aren't going to save you, Elise. I promise you, it's over. It is over. We'll even eat your healthy food. You want to talk trash in this live? We'll even eat your healthy food that I do not eat.
I like how she's trying to convince me not to believe you. Elise, you're preaching to the choir. What are you doing? And I don't need
Elise would beat me.
That's not the question. The question is like, she doesn't need to convince me not to listen to you. I don't listen to you.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
All right, like Kevin Jones, I get boost up and going YouTube tips free. Well, we're glad you found us tonight, Kevin. Obviously, you knew we were doing this, but I'm glad you joined us. Thank you,
Kevin.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Kevin's the man
for Kevin. Kevin, I'll tell you right now. I went to. We'll talk about it another time. I've seen stand-up circle. I've seen you, and I know that there was an event at Go Bananas years and years ago. I was there for that. You weren't, but there was a reason, and we were there for a very special event.
The hell are you talking about?
Hey, I'm giving him attention.
No, I can give him attention too.
Okay,
Kevin, I take back what I said about you, even though you said that Andrew should be in front of the camera more. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And I still don't know what the hell he was talking about with Go Bananas.
It's not.
My goodness.
No,
the frozen banana thing.
It's back here. The camera's off of it. It's there. I promise.
It is still there. Yeah.
James still doesn't even know what it means. Don't worry.
Yeah, I do. Arrested Development.
Yeah, but
you're
just repeating information.
He had this whole
repeating
party.
information.
He had this whole party. And then this cardboard sign.
You weren't there for that, were you?
No, I think I showed up at the end.
What are you doing?
I didn't watch the show. I still haven't.
Elise, get on here right now and we'll do this eating competition.
She would lose. I don't understand that. I still don't get it. Oh, I beat a former UC football player in Chipotle. I don't care about what you did. How about a burgers and bourbon challenge? That's pretty good. Burgers and bourbon.
What is that, a comment, or did you come up with that just now?
Iron XRP.
I was going to say, you're not that clever. Oh, there it is.
You're not that clever.
I
came up with the name of the channel. It's the most clever name ever. Cincinnati Bengals.
Don't get started on that. Don't get started on that. Is this a thing? You were going to play Sands in basketball?
Oh, no. He's talked a lot of trash. Sands has. That's silly.
What is he? Was he a perimeter shooter? What is he?
I don't know.
Was he driving in?
See, Andrew's seen Mike in person, and that's why he's like, "Are you kidding?" Yeah, it's a joke. It must be a joke. Also, Mike Hilton was fake dribbling a basketball between his legs in the locker room earlier this year, and I was like, "I'll take that all day." So I talk trash to a lot of people.
I'm gonna throw this up there because we have not talked about Lou at all, and there have been a lot of Lou comments and questions in terms of like, what happens if he's gone? What does the defense look like? Is Lou going to stay? What's going on with Lou? Maybe we just get that going.
Yeah, I'm checking here. I'm doing the Schefter here. I'm checking to make sure that we don't have any Lou Anarumo news before I talk about it. You just better hope Arizona doesn't get him. I don't know what they would do at DC. I really don't. I mean, do you promote from within? Do you think safeties coach and defensive backs coach Robert Livingston's the guy? Do you go that route? Do you?
It's loud. I'm sorry. We got one mic. I could have easily muted my mic, but you wanted to use one mic. You've got one over there. You wanted to use one mic. I mean, what am I going to mute while you're talking? Am I going to leave the room, James?
This is so funny. He's crumbling.
I'm crumbling.
Over there. Anyways, I don't know what they would do. I think they might hire someone outside of the organization. I know this. I know it would not be ideal. It would be something where it's like, are you bringing someone in that's inexperienced, that hasn't done it, and that is going to have growing pains? And that's what would happen. Or are you bringing someone in from outside the organization that's going to want to implement his stuff? I think it's tough. And I'm sure that they have a short list. If it was outside of the organization, naturally, you make the connection to Mike Zimmer. Not saying it would be a thing, but, they brought Frank Pollock back. You never know with a guy like Mike. So we'll see. Hopefully Lou's back, and he will be back, unless he gets a head coaching job. Obviously, I'm not rooting against that because it would be great for him, great for his family if he were to land a head coaching job. Is anyone going to mention Brian now? Everyone's been worried about Lou. All week it's been Lou. I'm going to just talk about Brian Callahan.
That's come up, but not as much as Lou.
Okay. The same thing with Brian Callahan. I think that they do have his replacement on on staff, but do you want to go to Dan Pitcher? Of course, at some point. You'd rather it not be this offseason. You'd rather it be another offseason. I'll say this. If I'm Brian Callahan, I would be, and there's only 32 jobs, you can't be too picky. But the fact that the Colts are apparently having 3 rounds of interviews, that to me is the fakest hustle ever. Why would you need 3 rounds of interviews to figure out your next head coach? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're just going to land on Jeff Saturday. I think Brian's going to be a heck of a coach somewhere. Maybe he gets hired by Arizona as well. He's obviously interviewing for that job as well, but was one of the second round interviews for the Colts. So we'll see there. But losing Brian would not be ideal either. I think it would hurt the offense some because now you're going to have to promote quarterbacks coach to offensive coordinator. And then what do you do at quarterbacks coach? And then the other one would be Troy Walters. And he interviewed for the offensive coordinator job in Houston. He's been a college offensive coordinator. He's the wide receivers coach for the Bengals now. Would be nice to have this coaching staff intact for one more year. It's a tough ask because they've been really damn good. But if you could do one more year, you want to talk about that championship window? It'd be a heck of a thing to keep that window propped open that much more if you have this coaching staff back.
How about that's an interesting question.
Players to tenure.
I'm not going to ask you to necessarily answer the second one, but like, how does it the vibe? You know?
Sure. I mean, I guess so. I think there's a line, right? There are things that they're not willing to say, certainly on the record, regardless if they like you or not. But is it more conversational when the camera's on, when the mic's hot? Absolutely. Is there more of a rapport? I think so. I think it's pretty obvious that I have a better relationship with some guys than others when I interview them, and some guys are the same regardless. So that just varies player to player, reporter to reporter. But I definitely try. I will say this: I am definitely one of those reporters that tries to build a relationship with the guys as much as possible.
I'm going to only bring it up because it's been a while, but this was addressed like early in the video. It was like one of the first things we wanted to get out of the way, but I feel like it's worth mentioning in case you wanted to go back and watch. Yeah. I mean, but it is weird that it became such a rapid fire. Like I called it, what did I refer to it as earlier? I said it was like an artificial swell of to me, nothing.
Jonathan just asked, what are the chances they trade T. Higgins? And so you can leave this one up. No, you can leave it out. It don't matter.
Back up.
Is this 0? Should I do this? Should I do this like they do during the great? It's 0. They're not trading T. Higgins. And it's just, all you have to do is say it out loud. Oh, well, the Bengals couldn't get a deal done with T. Higgins, and they traded him because, well, he's going to have to play on a rookie deal that's a bargain for him or for them as they try to win a Super Bowl next year. Oh, so T. Higgins helps them next year. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but you want to get an asset for him. Well, you have the franchise tag. Oh, so he's under team control, and you have the franchise tag, which you can use for 2 years, not 1. So if you really wanted to and he played that great, you'd have him for his age 24 season, age 25 season, age 26 season. Oh, my God. They're not trading T. Higgins unless you give up something that's better than T. Higgins. And so unless the Vikings call with Justin Jefferson or a team calls with multiple ones and a bunch of picks that are just awesome picks, it isn't happening. They love T. Higgins. They want to keep him around long term, and obviously they'll try to extend him this offseason.
I know we already kind of moved on from talk, but Elise was chiming in on her experience with conversations.
Man, Elise, I didn't even know if you were available. Then
I was texting her. She said she was going to come and comment. Then she said she wasn't available to comment, so I figured she wasn't available to get on video. Man. Elise, jump in here. You know, StreamYard, just get in. Let's go. Although we'd have to wear headphones or something. Yeah. Either way, find a way. I'll send you my address, Elise. Let's go. No.
Yeah. Yeah, come get your ass kicked in an eating competition.
No, don't. The kids need to sleep at
some
point.
Pick up food on the way.
They don't want to see the.
And then we'll go live, and it'll be an embarrassing performance by you.
At least if you do come on, you should answer this question or comment, and I'll flash it up. But no.
Yeah, just comment. I mean, we're already 49 minutes in.
Skincare routine. You didn't even do yours today, did you? Let's see here.
Man, my skincare routine is top notch. You won't believe what I have to do to look this great.
Offense underperforming based on weapons. That's a common question. It's a common concern.
Yeah, okay. Actually, yeah.
I thought you were afraid to answer that.
No, I was thinking about it a little bit. It was a good question, Kayla. Yes, and the reason why is because the instability in the offensive line room. They were really hitting their stride. Think about what they did in New England in that first half. They got bored in the second half. That's what happened. They won't necessarily admit that. When And then momentum went weird and things went weird and they looked up and it was like a real tight game and they had to buckle down and they make a play and they did. But they went there and threw it all over the field against a Belichick defense that was really good. I mean, the Patriots defense this year was talented. Forced turnovers, they were great. And they went up and down the field on them. And so to me, if this offensive line had stayed healthy, we're talking about a completely different result. We're probably on our way to Phoenix to cover Super Bowl 57. And that happens a lot in the NFL. Teams get injured all the time. That's why last year, when they were in the Super Bowl, it was like, hey, no one expected them to be there, but you want to take advantage of it. And it's just really, really hard to get there. And attrition, injuries, that's a big reason why.
I'm going to throw this out there. I'm just saying we may have a thing going. Maybe we do a charity or something, but you know.
Yeah, that's funny. No, we are going to do an eating contest at some point, no doubt, Kevin. That's there's too much smoke now. Elise has talked way too much smack. It's done. I mean, the fact that she just showed up and tried to, oh my God, there's Elise just tried to hit me with the chair from behind on this live season wrap up. No, I'm not letting that go. We'll figure it out for sure. We'll get it sponsored, I think, and donate everything to charity.
I'm just going to leave that there for a second.
You think this is funny, Jess? You think that's funny, huh? How to properly hold a mic, huh?
I'm gonna leave it there for.
You're lucky. You're lucky I don't have the mic here.
Listen carefully. You might hear her laugh in the upstairs.
The thing is, and I'll explain it to everybody else, not Jess, who I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna keep it to myself. The thing is, Elise knows this. The mics that we have, they're not gigantic, long stick TV mics where you can do that. The cord comes up, and by the time you have the mic flag on it, there's just not a lot of room. Okay. So that's it. You can make fun of the mic at all.
I'll throw it up right now.
I'm just excited that people want to look at me talking on a mic, to be honest with you.
You see what's going on here?
I see it. It's not going to matter.
We should.
It's not going to matter. I'm gonna, you think that hurt? You think that hurts me?
Why would I? No, it's not. It's not about hurting you.
Plenty of people saw that.
It's not about hurting you. What do we?
Hey, I know.
Oh no!
I know how to hold a bourbon.
James.
Oh, Elise is
you
here.
hold it like this.
I'm gonna be able to hear.
I don't know how to. I gotta turn your audio on. At least I gotta figure.
Hello.
She's got hers on. It's just we don't have headphones.
Oh right. I'll put my headphones on. I'll translate for you.
This is great. This is gonna be great.
All right.
Here, just give me one of them.
I shouldn't even be on here. I should have like a Halloween mask.
Sharing of the mic and now the headphones. All right. Yeah. Put this in.
You're the one who told her to come here.
Pinch the foam, throw it in there.
The jerk who thinks
Elise,
she can beat me in an eating
Hang
contest.
It's not a wine cellar. It's a wine.
I don't have her audio. What's
Oh.
going on? Hold on. Wait. I know why. I know exactly why. I got you. Hang on.
Andrew's the goat.
It's on Andrew's end. They hear her for sure.
Yeah.
Because they're talking.
I know
about
it's
the
me.
wine.
It's me.
Yeah.
Hang on. I got you. Don't.
This tech whiz that we employ here.
Okay. Look, I didn't. There we go. Now you'll hear her.
Yeah.
Get in a minute. Let me turn the volume down. Good Lord. Audio. And now I need the speaker. Thank you.
Headphones.
Oh, hey. I got it.
You didn't plug them in.
All right, we're good. I hear her now. James.
Andrew's the goat. I knew he would figure it out. I just
Who
knew
knew
it.
that this was going to happen? And here we are.
I'm done.
James is scared because he does not. He cannot back up his smack
At least Jesse thinks she can beat me in an eating contest. What the hell is going on?
All right.
I don't think I know.
Next thing she's going to say she can outdrink me too, which would be the cutest thing in the world.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I can out eat you. I don't know about out drinking you, but I can out eat you.
There's zero chance. There's a 1% chance. 1% chance out eat, 0% chance out drink.
100% I would beat you.
1%.
Dude.
Anyways, skincare routine, huh?
Yeah, do you see how it's like shiny?
Is that what that means? Never done a skincare routine in my life.
Oh,
By the way,
I mean, it must be nice to just have great skin.
Will you have my back on the microphone thing?
No. Who has your back on that? Nobody has your back on that.
Because you've held the mic, like these mics. It's not like they're big. Like you could.
They are smaller than a typical mic that you would hold. So I do understand.
Man,
but my hands are smaller than yours, so it's easier for me to hold it than it is for you, probably. So.
Oh, here, I'll put in the. I guess I could. Yeah.
Yeah, you could help out a little.
Good Lord. All right.
This is a nightmare.
Now go.
This is such a nightmare.
Wrap it over your ear like this. They're in your monitors, so they're not meant to be doing what we're doing here.
Oh man.
All
this
right.
is great. All right. Elise, I'll half hear you half the time. Anyways, what wine are you drinking? You drinking wine?
I am not. I am not drinking tonight because we have an early basketball game.
I'm not drinking wine, but here's an entire warehouse full of wine behind.
Listen. Okay, I built this myself the day before my son was born, because it was gonna go art was gonna go up there, and I'm like, why don't we have functional art? So like, it's art, but you can also take it off the wall and drink it.
Elise, you have a question, by the way. I just threw it up from YouTube user.
Favorite wine and player to interview. Oh man. Let me look. Do I even have one of my favorites up there? I'm not even sure. See, I like bourbon cab. I like Cabernet. I like Pinot Noir is a big favorite of mine. What else do I like? I like Malbec.
Come on now. Can you name one? You just named 4.
I did.
All right. What's your go-to? You could drink one glass of wine.
Yeah.
For the next 2 years.
Oh, it would have to be not even a red wine. It would have to be a rosé. There you go.
Okay.
Rosé on a rooftop. That's my jam.
All right. Well, there we go.
Make it happen. Favorite player to interview though? Gosh.
Someone's been paying
of all time or just this season?
Let's say this season.
This season to make it easier.
Oh, there's so many good ones though. Oh my gosh. BJ Hill is hilarious. Karras is so funny. Oh my God, Joseph Osai is hysterical. Also, he had to have been one of my top favorites.
This is like the wine answer. That's what's happening. You hearing this?
I don't have one answer. That's my problem. Mike Hilton. I think I like interviewing Mike Hilton because he has this funny smile that makes me laugh when he smiles. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. I think James knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, I said Mike. I said Mike Hilton.
Okay, Mike Hilton.
He's telling you because James doesn't like to repeat what other people like, and he's projecting and hoping and thinking you think the same way.
Wait, James, are you the guy who like if you go to a restaurant with you, like if somebody else orders the same dish that you order, you get irritated by it?
Not irritated.
But
if someone ordered it, you might not order the same thing.
That's not true.
Your wife's one thing, but like if you were
like when's the last time we've been to a restaurant together?
That's not the question.
Like he's acting
completely
like
hypothetical.
Like, what is it? I'm just saying, like you have no example of that.
Get out of here. Just saying. I was gonna bring up something.
I'm gonna go final answer. BJ Hill.
There you go. Alex was right. Like I say, yeah, there you go.
He's just too funny. Like he doesn't sugarcoat. He's hilarious.
How intimidating was BJ Hill standing there? I know you weren't there, obviously, but you saw the videos. Standing next to Joseph Osai after the game. Was that the scariest situation? I mean, he did look I didn't realize it, so I was to his left.
Yeah, I saw. I saw you
throwing my mic. Like, hey, BJ, sorry, man. I didn't know the situation. I didn't even know the situation. So I roll up and I'm like, oh, Joseph's talking. Got to get over there. I didn't know he said. I'm standing right next to him. And so I just roll up like, hey, sorry, BJ. I got to get the camera too. You know how it is, Elise. And it was.
I laughed so hard when I saw it.
And it was.
Because I know how it is.
It was like this really tense situation. And I'm like, I really got to get this. I'm sorry. And he was okay with it, I think, because he knew that I was just trying to do my job. But man, that's my take. It was like this viral moment, and I was literally like just hoping to get, and we did. We got a minute plus of Joseph Osai, but there was, it was a crazy cluster.
I don't think I personally would have been intimidated, but I think it's because if I were there, I probably would have worn heels, so I would have been eye level with him. So I wouldn't have been
flexing on the height. Does height help you in an eating contest? Yes or no?
No.
That's right. I'm just putting it out there.
Not at all.
So now we're gonna question if height matters, even though you said little Elise, and I corrected you on height, and you said that didn't matter.
Well, yeah, little.
I don't think I've ever been called little in my life.
I'm bigger than Elise. She's just taller than I am.
It's a weird way of learning what big means growing up.
I mean, okay. She just said, Anyways, all right. This is just we're going down a weird road.
We always do. That's how it always ends up every single time.
By the way, if I knew you were coming on, I would have given Andrew the photo to use.
What photo?
Oh man, it's the best photo.
I didn't even know I was coming on. I just was watching and then you guys
I'll upload it.
mentioned StreamYard and I didn't even realize that I could come on. So
it's the outtake photo that we definitely needed.
Oh my God, bring it on. There's been way worse pictures than that, James. Come on.
Look at that.
That does not even skim the surface.
That? Well, throw it in the drive anyway.
This is pretty good.
Throw it up there. Go ahead.
All right.
Anyone else want to ask Elise what one of her favorite things is?
Yeah,
because she'll give you 10 answers.
Now we're just like hanging out. People are
I mean, like Elise,
what is spicy enchiladas smoking? The Bengals should trade Burrow and Chase and rebuild their O-line.
Who said that?
Spicy enchiladas. Those enchiladas are a little too spicy.
Here. Okay, hang on. You're.
I would play with no O-line before doing that. Zero. Like none. Zero.
Hold on, I can't read it. I need to make this bigger, probably.
It's in the drive.
That's actually accurate, I bet, by the way.
Probably play back. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like she said,
100%.
oh, yeah.
I'm not going to talk trash about that.
I'm a 3-point shooter.
It's so cute.
But you know what? My coach in high school used to tell me that I had pizza cutters for elbows, so watch out.
It's so cute.
You don't want to play me.
It's so
as soon as you lose in the eating contest, you're not going to want to compete against me in anything else.
Elise.
It's done. Like you laugh, but it's done. James.
Oh my God.
We just got to get it over with so that you can just. I don't know if.
You just better be training. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I don't know who you think you're talking to. You better be training.
Eric, you got to use the term go to. Expect that to be a loose definition of food based off how this is going with Elise. I don't even know.
Oh, Elise is going to make some like nice caprese salad.
That's too specific. It sounds like she's going to eat 10 salads. You could ask Elise right now, like, Elise, which of us is funnier to have text messages with? And somehow she'd name 5 people. And there's 2 of us here.
Listen, this is what I told James, you guys. I said, James, name the place, name the food, name how much food. I will beat you. It does not matter.
She's recording a wrestling promo. Just add a little. Yeah. You name the place, the time, the food. It does not matter. I promise you. That's how you go.
Are you telling me to edit this now all of a sudden? I thought we weren't editing tonight.
No, we're not editing anything without Makeup On. We're not doing that. Come on.
Well, apparently I got to.
Don't do that to me.
HEIC file? What do I do here?
It won't upload?
Would be interesting.
I don't know yet. I'm going to try.
It will. I think it will. Skyline.
Burgers would be interesting. I've already done burritos.
Skyline, I'll crush you. It's over.
All right.
Elise, I will eat 10 3-ways and 10 conies.
And?
Like 0 chance. By the way, let's do this instead of competing. Let's make fun of Jeremy Rao. He did like 10 conies last year, and I don't think he got through them. Did you see that? He got to He got to like 8 and died.
Oh my God, I would kill him in that.
I was like, Jeremy. I was like, because they were like recording him, and yeah.
I got to resave it because StreamYard doesn't know what to do with it.
People forgot. It's all right. What would you say, Elise?
We can't necessarily. Well, I guess we could. It doesn't really matter. But I've already won a hot dog eating contest, so.
No.
And burritos.
Skyline sounds good. It'd be nice if they sponsored this channel, though.
Yeah.
Everyone at Skyline that's watching, and tell them to sponsor CBT.
Yes.
We would talk about them.
Sponsor.
Pause. Wayne, thank you. First of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I did not.
I did. Dude's a stud, right?
He is.
Look at Trey Hendrickson. He's an elite athlete, though. I think that's the thing. Outside of arm length, he tested really well in everything else pre-draft. And hopefully, well, clearly that wrist is doing pretty well if he's out there. So it was good to see. But no, I saw it. I think the Pro Bowl is another, especially because they're games. You get to see Chase laughing and Trey Hendrickson wearing that Chosen One necklace. It's a good way to. It was a successful season. You see the guys laughing, and you could kind of move past it. So yeah, I think it was a cool moment for sure.
Why are you taking the earpiece out? First of all,
I didn't. It didn't. It fell out.
You didn't, but you did.
Ricky,
Second of all,
Ricky, what question you got?
Take it easy over there. You ask us a question. Let's go.
Can we
let's talk about football?
Let's talk about football.
I got like 2 minutes left.
Brad, I hope you're talking about Elise because are you not? You got to be talking about Elise, not me.
What? No.
He's saying, how about something Bengals?
It's a wine wall. What is she going to do?
I'm assuming. At first, I thought it was me. That's why I flashed it up, and then I realized, he's probably talking about Elise.
No, he's not talking about Elise. I don't have a shelf. I have a wall.
Dude, I apparently need to be watching the Pro Bowl. They were playing dodgeball. Like, I did not pay any attention to what's going on with Pro Bowl.
Jamar probably didn't want to play dodgeball because Jamar is such an incredibly talented athlete that I feel like he would not get out of dodgeball.
Yeah, he'd be great at it if he wanted to. You know what else he'd be good at?
Like, that was on purpose.
Freeze tag and tag.
Freeze tag would be
best in the neighborhood. Oh my god,
he would probably be really good.
Yeah. 2 minutes left, huh, Elise? All right. Any final last words for the
I mean, we got games of chess. Wings. I mean, skyline eating competition. Over under 14 and a half conies for James. There's a lot going on here.
Over.
At least
in an eating contest, over. Not normally, but over. I'm gonna crush them. 3 bites apiece.
Next year, by the way.
I just need everyone to know that I am the 2013 Miss Stuffed Crust USA.
She has a sash. She sent me the picture of it. I could not believe they made a sash that was Miss Stuffed Crust USA. A sash.
I thought you were telling me.
Listen, James.
I know.
Think twice before you challenge me. That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, does it say Miss Skyline, Miss Coney eating, Miss Three-Way eating? No, I don't. So
we got a good question for Elise. You're right. I'll admit, Dan, we didn't really do anything draft because we kind of had established that we'll talk draft later in the season.
Oh, James, I didn't know the question was there, but go ahead.
Of course, it was there, but we kind of established that we'll talk more draft in a little bit here. But
yeah, go ahead, Elise.
Yeah.
I am almost wondering if they should bring in another defensive tackle because I don't know. I think it was Goodberry maybe that showed up with how many snaps BJ Hill was taking. It was in the 900s this season.
Yep.
That's a lot. Like BJ Hill is very, very good, but you also want his talent in his body to be able to last. You don't want to burn him out that quickly. So first round, maybe not. Maybe that's second.
It depends on who's there, right? But
yeah, it all depends on who is
mix.
available.
I agree with you. No, I do. Yeah. I think trenches again. Another offseason, plenty of trenches.
You win in the trenches always.
Oh my god, yeah, always.
I'm serious. You win in the trenches always.
I'm not. I agree. That's how they won in Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's how they lost in Kansas City.
That's how they lost in Kansas City. Yes.
That's how you're going to lose in the eating competition.
And just like that, I know Elise is on a time constraint. We have to throw this up. James wanted to throw this picture up.
Oh.
I like how you think that you came away unscathed.
I don't think photo. I don't care. I'm setting up the camera, but look at her.
You setting up a camera? You look like you're.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm setting up the camera.
I was probably getting hit with the wind.
You're entranced with your camera.
I'm not a fan of the wind. I don't know why I live in Cincinnati when it's so windy here all the time.
No, I don't see anyone's hair flying around. What wind are we talking about?
Yeah, there's no wind. It's just I just caught you at a bad moment, at least. That's all.
I don't care. It's all good.
No, I know. Of course. We're on camera all the time. We have
It happens. It's not a big deal.
That said, all right. I'm glad the skincare routine worked.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it works. You got to get the shininess here.
You got to get it? Like, what does that mean? You got to get it.
Like, that means that you have literally nothing on your face. Like, there's not one single ounce of makeup or residue, nothing on your face. It's just completely clear skin.
I have way too much. I have too much makeup on my face right now. So I don't know.
I know you wear a lot. That's why I'm saying, like, you need
to
make sure that you have the shininess. Okay. Otherwise, I can tell you have your.
You got any makeup wipes? All right, I'm gonna have to get some.
Makeup wipes are bad.
They're bad.
Hendrickson, yes.
Hendrickson, he's under contract.
We got time.
Years.
Yes.
But I guess when I don't know.
I mean, we'll see.
I'm just flashing things up.
That's fine.
That's not even in the immediate. I mean, at the forefront of who should be talked about being signed right now.
Yeah. He's
like Logan Wilson, Jermaine Pratt, Jesse Bates. I mean, wouldn't those be the top?
I can run through them, right and we'll talk about Bates. Obviously, is a no. Pratt, I think, is a no. Wilson, maybe.
So you think they would get rid of their homegrown guys? Like the homegrown guys, I feel like they really like to keep around.
They do, but I think Pratt wants to be used on 3 downs, not 2.
Did he show enough in the last 2 years to be able to earn that contract?
Now, if he goes out into the market and doesn't get the deal he's looking for, I think they might bring him back. But I don't think they reach a deal before free agency. I think they may be able to extend Logan Wilson too. Like, talk to Pratt. It doesn't work. All right, let's try to get Wilson done. We'll see. But if I'm Logan, maybe you wait another year and try to really cash in next year. I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of questions.
What about Hursty?
What about Hursty? What's he want? You want that CJ Uzama deal? Because you ain't getting it here, my man. I'm not trying to be mean. By the way, he should want that. He honestly, he should probably get more than CJ did. But Bengals aren't doing that. Why would they? They got to pay other skill guys.
Von Bell, we've talked.
Pretty likely. I think that he comes back if he doesn't get his doors blown off by an offer. Like, because again, they're not going to overpay for Bell to keep him around, but a young team might because he is valuable. So,
I thought this too, but the more I think about it, I don't know. I think he might. I'm actually leaning over 50-50 that he stays.
Well, we haven't done that free agency. We're doing a whole free agency.
So we can't
series.
spoil it in the middle of an hour and a half live
We
that somebody could
series.
find and ruin your chances of 12 people watching it.
I'm just saying we haven't done that yet. So I think that Von Bell has a pretty good shot to come back, but I think he'll test free agency.
You want some Weller?
Yes, and of course. And if he tests free agency, there's a chance that a team comes calling with 3 years, $30 million, and I don't think the Bengals will go there.
All right, I got you.
James, how did that whole thing with T. Higgins trade? Like, how did that all start? I know Dana wrote about the possibility if. Well,
yeah, he's writing out
traded and this would happen, and then somebody else took it and ran wild with it. Is that how it started?
This Twitter reporter who has a lot of followers on Twitter.
Someone give me a T comment real quick so I can flash it up.
On Twitter again. It was just Twitter. Like, it wasn't like an article or anything. And it also said it was according to The Atlantic and not The Athletic.
That's what I was looking at too. I'm like, wait a second. Does he mean The Athletic?
Yeah, he meant The Athletic, and he got it completely wrong. Look, have you ever seen the Bengals do that, Elise? Ever?
No.
Just trade it? Never. They made Jesse Bates play it out. Like,
yes.
Good luck, because T's better than Bates. Good luck. Trying to. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
Someone who is going to be quick to assume something like that clearly has not engulfed themselves in the happenings of the front office and the way that they do things. Yeah. That's just not how the Bengals front office works. For those wondering that it just joined, we covered it at the beginning of the live. Make sure you check it out. I did 5-6 minutes on it. So it's just, I don't see it happening. Now, could a team just overwhelm them? Sure. But in this market where you're finding receivers on rookie deals that can be productive right away, why would you just overpay for T? I don't know. I think it makes sense for him to stay. I do. Now, if the Vikings call with Justin Jefferson, could something happen? Sure. But is that going to happen? Come on. It's not going to happen. So,
will they trade Boyd or T more likely? If it happened.
I think it's most likely that they just keep all of them, draft a rookie receiver, which they need to draft, by the way. Guess what? Receivers a need again. There's a need. It's one of the many reasons why they lost. If Boyd's healthy, I don't know if they lose.
Okay, you got that out of the way. You put it out there. Make sure.
I'm just saying. So
you're like, I'm not crazy, so let me put this out there. Now,
No, I don't think they trade any of them.
Okay.
Why would you trade Boyd? He's on his final year. You could just cut him potentially to save that money, but I don't think they do that either. They're in win now mode.
I don't think they are either, but the market right now for slot receivers, possession receivers, there's a lot of names out there right now. It's going to be interesting. Like, I would hate to be thrown into that mix because of the names that are out there right now at that position.
Like what? Like who? Name some.
Why are you putting me on the spot like that?
There we go. Hey man, don't be throwing that out there if you didn't do your homework, video editor.
I'm busy reading these comments. I'll throw names out there. You want me to sit here and think? Like, I'm just trying to keep things moving here.
I had to.
Poor Andrew.
75
He's
minutes.
got 10 things going on over here.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy a bourbon for me. I got to go, but have a bourbon for me, please.
We're going soon too. Elise, I appreciate you jumping on. That's hilarious. I'll still kick your tail in an eating contest. That's right. All right, there we go. I'm glad I can ditch that headphone. I'm not going to lie to you. That part was rough. All right, final questions. 3 minutes, rapid fire.
But I want real ones and fun ones. Let's go.
Let's go rapid fire.
But you better keep it rapid. Oh wait, I'm going to throw my little banner up. I didn't even do that. Look how fancy this thing. Look at us, James, with this banner. Look. Is anyone else doing a banner like this, James? I don't think so. Prove it to me right now. Nobody.
Oh, I can't tell you who he's making fun of, but he's not serious.
I'm
Just click.
all right.
Dax Hill optimistic.
Optimistic about Dax Hill heading
he's
into
gonna
next
be
season.
he's gonna be an effing baller. Dax Hill, his brother's been in the league for multiple years. He was a baller at Michigan. Just watch. I'm really bullish on Dax. I think he's gonna be really, really good.
Rob, I'm gonna put you in timeout for calling me out on my amazing banner and trying to tell me Lapham does it too. Good for Lap.
Rob, it was a joke, bro. It was a joke.
I know. Why are we gonna three-peat?
Joe Burrow's the best quarterback in the division.
There you go. CBT's the best channel on all of YouTube.
I'll take it from YouTube user. Thank you.
YouTube user has been really contributing tonight. Good for him.
Thoughts on Apple's fast Twitter hands?
Get me caught up here. All right, here we are. Yeah.
He's faster than Andrew clicking comments. I'll tell you that. It's going to cost them money. It cost them money last offseason, might cost them money this offseason, and it might be just enough to make him end up coming back to Cincinnati. I think the Bengals would be open to a 1-year deal, nothing past that. Will a team be willing to do a multi-year deal? We'll see.
Good question. Rapid fire.
I think he'll want 5 years. The Bengals should ask for 27 years. Odds are it'll be 5 years. I'm joking about the 27. If I'm the Bengals, I'll offer him 10. I say 10. Let us try to be as competitive as possible. We're going to do everything we can to build a Super Bowl winner year in, year out. This is how we can do it. And you'll be worth $500 million. So we'll see if he can, he's willing to do that. I think it'll be 5.
I think the contract's going to be insane and everyone's going to be talking about it. But I already know, because we've seen it time and time again, all the headlines, all the conjecture, everyone's going to be like, you know what? It's actually pretty incredible how team friendly that was. It's always that way.
Yeah.
It
needs to be. It needs to be if you're Burrow, because you want to keep Chase, you want to keep Higgins.
James, when are you getting married, man? After having that baby with your current wife, are you getting a second wife? Or
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
TDB, as Mike.
I'm messing with you, Mike.
As Mike,
funny.
TDB, as Michael Scott says.
I don't. P. Ryan's not an RB1.
No, but can he be part of a running back by committee with a rookie and Samaje Perine and Travion Williams?
No, P. Ryan, Chris Evans, and a rookie, or a veteran that they grab at.
P. Ryan, Chris Evans. Yeah, P. Ryan, Chris Evans, a rookie. But Travion Williams is ahead of Chris Evans right now, so I would say Travion Williams.
But okay,
but he's
fair.
He is a free agent. Chris Evans is not. He's on a rookie deal, so maybe it is Evans. Point is I think P. Ryan, who is a free agent to be, could be a part of that, and maybe they try to lock him up before free agency.
Herman, I don't think we have these conversations anymore. I think you got it's on them to completely.
Why?
Yeah, it's
why
we're out of that phase.
Andy Dalton and Jeremy Hill made the playoffs, bro. I would never think that. Not with Burrow. I would never think that.
I'd love to.
Oh, that'd be lit.
I've been
Cam Taylor Britt on.
Yeah.
All right. So one of the maddest Andrew's ever been at me was draft.
Back up a little bit again. The mic.
What was draft night? Draft night last year. What? So second round. I call him and I'm like, hey, third round pick's coming. Second round. We just did a conference call with Cam Taylor Britt. We have to throw this up. He's like, what? We have to throw it up. He's like, it's a conference call. I'm like, we have to put it on YouTube. And we made our way to do it. It was the best conference call. Find it. We have it here. Just Cam Taylor Britt conference call, draft Cincinnati Bengals talk. It is electric. And he was pretty damn good as a rookie. So, yeah, hopefully we can get him on.
Let's see here. I've seen this time and time again. We did talk about it very early. We didn't talk about him being on the team next year, I guess.
No, I think, yeah, we did. I think there's a shot at that, of course. But they could save $7.5 million up to $10 million if they wait till a post-June 1 cut. We'll see. I think you could certainly make the argument that it's better off without him. But I really like Joe. I think he brings a lot of energy to the locker room, and he is a good player. It's just, is he worth that? That's the question.
You better answer this because I don't know. I still haven't even met her.
Quinn's great. Nah, she's great. She's we took her to Kansas City, and she was great there. She met Brian Callahan, and she got a little fist bump in with Brian. But no, she's really good, and couldn't be more blessed. So yeah, she's awesome. And I'm the idiot that decided to spend 90 minutes with him instead of hanging out with her. What an idiot.
I don't know what this
What
means.
an idiot I am.
I don't know what this means.
Yeah, we're at our home. We're roommates.
Don't.
Just go.
Okay, rapid fire. We talked about Jonah. Go check it out, Charles. We definitely talked about Jonah. He was fine. He's going to be fine. He'll still be on the team.
Yeah, he's got a guaranteed deal. Jonah's back.
You said the word lit. That got someone's attention. Look at you.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
This is 31.
Oh, that's what Flapjack's here. Oh, I didn't even look at the picture. Look at you, Flapjack. I should have done subscribers only, but I was like, I want everyone to be in here. So I don't no regrets.
Whatever.
Let's see.
Rock, paper, scissors, loser takes a shot. Man, this dude is always, man, you always trying to get us to drink, man. Hey, we got these. We're good.
Do you blame him? You're talking about competitive eating. I mean, everything's a competition. Let's see here. Oh, I think I know the answer, but I think I like the question for you since Ocho was your favorite player, Bengals player.
I don't think
fire.
No, this needs. I don't think I've ever seen any man like Chase. Chase is different. So
I think Chad would say the same thing.
Chase is different. And he moves all over. He's thick. Like Chad was not thick. It was great footwork. Love Chad. My favorite Bengal of all time. Chase is different.
Chuck Norris, he's thick.
No, Ocho would.
Chuck Norris is different.
Ocho would beat down Chuck now. See, there's a difference. Prime Ocho would give Chuck work. So boom, boom, 1, 2. That's it. 2-hitter quitter.
Charles, whatever one gets my kid to stop asking me to buy him packs of
Charizard
cards.
It's Charizard. It's fine. Because I was a part of the
original Game Boy.
I was a part of the original 152 when it was on UPN way back in the day. Watched it every morning before school. Had all the cards and stuff. Charizard is the go-to Pokemon. Before they had all these other new ones that I know nothing about.
I don't even know, Eric, if that's accurate. All the 3 million. Is that back? Is that cheap?
No, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. They spend a lot of money. All right. Now, do they do things that other teams do? No, we'll cover that another time. Go ahead.
Let's see here. I mean, we're all talking about thick and Leo Collins. What are we doing here?
That's it.
Leo Collins. Yeah, come on. You got to do better or we're out of here.
It's it. All right. No, it's
UPN. What are we saying about the network?
Yeah, because I mentioned UPN.
That's, did? That's what you referenced.
That's
UPN?
That's what Pokemon was on. Was UPN back in the day. So was Street Smarts. You remember Street Smarts?
Street Smarts.
It was a stupid show. That Street Smarts.
What happens in it?
I can't even describe it. They would go on the street and ask guys.
Big favorite of yours. If you can't even explain
and ask people questions, and then the people in studio would answer them. It was like a game show. It's pretty funny. Street Smarts. Anyways, I would watch that on UPN.
It's either old school DQ, like kind of cream whip type spots, or it's going to be graders.
It's graders. Yeah, that was easy. And no, not Grant, by the way, but it's graders. Also would love them to sponsor. So there's one right down the street from my house. I would love to go there.
And here we are. I thought we could go an entire live stream without someone asking about your lifts. And here we are, Mike. I should just suspend you now for this question.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with people that are genuinely curious about something they're also interested in, but I'm not looking forward to your answer. It's the most boring part of anything I ever see in these live streams is you answering about how you lift.
Lift heavy objects with good form slowly. Start out lighter, build up from there. It's pretty much it. That's what I've done. And as far as cardio goes, well, now it's cardio time in the off season. Going to start running real fast so I can race Chad and, as an Ocho and all of those guys next time I see them. So that's my goal. Hey, by the way, did you see they're bringing back the Arena League?
No.
That's what I'm getting in shape for. How cool would it be if I did my normal job? I even talked to my wife about this normal job, and then I tried out for the Arena League. I might try out for the Arena League. You never know. I still got it.
What's your favorite lift day? Oh, I'm going to throw up. Go on.
Every day.
Okay. Oh my God, that's the worst answer you could have given. And
every
it's
day.
Also the most.
It's
that's
also
the most
true.
James answer
every day.
Given.
Oh, every day.
Yeah, and you do probably do Pilates, by the way.
Oh, here. So no, actually, I'm going to tell this story.
Oh,
I am going to tell the story. So in
There's a story, of course there is.
In Kansas City. So I'm staying at a Marriott. I'm thinking Marriott's going to be awesome, and it was really nice. But I go down to the 3rd floor, and that's where the gym is, and I walk, and there's some construction stuff, and I go through. And the gym is under construction. They say no one can get in. And I'm like, out of order or whatever until further notice. Go ask the front desk. And I'm like, what? I wouldn't have even stayed here if I knew this. So I look, and it's just this plastic wrap that zips up and down. So I tried my room key. It worked. Zip the thing, walk through. treadmills are fine. Free weights are fine. We got lifts in multiple days. I recorded my pregame video from there because I knew it was going to be a pain getting into Arrowhead. So watch the pregame video. Broke into the gym, man. That's the dedication. Broke into the gym.
So your story is that they said you can't come in here, and you went in there because
it was under construction. So
you needed those
it was a
gains.
construction
Look
zone.
at you. Wow. I'm so glad everyone's asking about his workout routines. Thank you so much.
Just pound him with that. Just pound him with it.
What's your 40 time? I don't know. We'll find out when you race.
My goal would be sub 5, which would be hard to. It's not like I run 40s all the time, but sub 5 would certainly be the goal.
I love this question. Actually,
it's close.
It's not close. It's not
Well,
close.
no shit. It's
He
not
could
close.
beat you right
Well,
now.
no, duh, dude. Chad's a freak. Chad, I still think Chad could run. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be mean to the current backup Bengals receiver. So, the point is I think Chad is still an elite athlete right now today.
Me too, Dan. After all this series of lifting questions, by the way.
And by the way, Pilates are good for you, Elise. I need to mix those into the routine. I love how you try to say that like it would like scare. Andy Dalton is still playing great right now. Why? Because of Pilates.
You're right, Gavin. Thank you for what you
Just sign in. Where's the bourbon? We got you, Scott, right here. Got you, Scott.
yeah.
Low
yeah,
Weller.
We got you. RivertownInquiry.com. We're not plugged.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't even a paid thing. But I like the glasses.
It's zooming in.
Maybe it will be. I don't know. Should I change the
zooming in.
banner?
No, it's not. Oh, there we go. I zoomed in too much. There we go.
Oh, now it's a paid advertise. I really didn't.
That doesn't matter.
I'll bring it back.
Shout out to Doug and his crew.
No, yeah, they're just cool. Let's see. Comments. A lot of Built Bar talk.
Yeah, Chris, exactly. I think Chad could.
Which Chris?
All the way down. All the way down. I think Chad could come back and play. That was what I was getting
He's been
at.
saying that for the last 10 years. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You're dedicated to your belief in him. And I'm not saying I disagree.
One of the highlights of the season was before the Miami game, shaking hands with Chad on the field and talking with him for like 3 minutes. So that was a cool moment for sure for me.
What is going on?
I didn't play soccer.
Oh, okay.
I played indoor soccer after high school. In college and after college, I think I would have ended up being pretty good at soccer. I never played soccer when I should have played soccer. It was really stupid of me.
I like how you've progressively like taken over the center of the screen, and I'm like moved over to here. Which, by the way, by your definition, like I'm like.
What up and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk.
hang on.
The Bengals are moving on.
I'm going to point out that James goes, "Hey, listen, like he wanted to pull like a director's like, I'm going to change field of view, and I'm going to make sure people understand that I am the same size as you. So I'm going to sit foreground and you go background, Andrew."
Well, because if we do this,
I'm actually 7 feet behind him right now. I don't know if you know. It's an optical illusion.
We're doing this the whole time. So I'm like, all right, I'll sit up a little.
That's the reason.
You're a giant, and then it'll be fine. Jolly green giant.
What are Bengals doing a backup quarterback?
He's trying to say James is soft with the soccer comment. You think so?
I don't even know what that means.
I don't think soccer's soft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I get it if we're talking football. Good call, Elise. Whatever. Soccer isn't soft.
Yeah.
One.
Ocho loves soccer. I thought we were just working with a theme.
2. All right. Well, Scott, was it Scott who said that?
I don't know. Oh yeah. Scott H.
All right. Well, come get this work, Scott. It ain't no problem. Let's go. What are you talking about? What you talking about? I mean.
All right. Oh yeah, Bengals backup quarterback. Where are we at? We just can status quo going with Brandon Allen.
Who?
Our boy.
Say it again.
Brandon Allen.
We'll see. He's a free agent. That's a place where they could save a little cap money if you get like a 5th or 6th rounder at quarterback and have him back up. But no, I know Burrow likes Brandon a lot, so probably Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen. Why you got to say it like that?
I don't know.
I like Brandon Allen. He's a nice guy.
I have no problem with him. He's there. Let's see.
He was the starter at the start of training camp.
Look at him. Good for him. Training camp.
On
Can you believe it?
Defending AFC champions.
Oh my goodness. Really? Let's see.
All right. We have 2 minutes.
I like this one. Probably Chad, right? Well, let's stick with sports, like NFL.
Okay. Starstruck. I don't know. Starstruck.
You didn't really meet Peyton Manning, but you got a shot of him.
No, yeah, I wouldn't count that anyway. I think so. I covered the Cavs for a few years, and when I first got up there, I went from the end of the 2018 Bengals, so like right as Marvin was leaving, to like 2 days later, I was talking to Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. That was pretty like wild. I think it was wild just because of the role reversal. I don't know if I've ever really been starstruck like that. Drew Carey was one. It was at a sporting event. It was at the All-Star game. That one was kind of like, oh man, I'm talking to Drew Carey. But not totally. Chad would be one for sure. Like Chad's the only athlete I've asked for a picture, like with a credential before. I said, screw it.
You should have led with that. That's actually the perfect rapid fire answer that you asked for. Okay, here's how you do rapid fire. Look, for me, off the field, obviously, I'm sitting here in my basement most of the time doing video editing. It was Stan Lee, and he bumped into me at a Comic-Con, and I almost never washed my shirt again. So, and let's see.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You bumped into Stanley?
Yeah, he came out with security.
Tell the story. This isn't a rapid. You can't just casually drop.
All right,
Stan
I was at
Lee.
Comic-Con. It was actually Chicago. It wasn't San Diego, New York. It wasn't but I was in Chicago at the Comic-Con there.
Who gives a damn where it's at?
My point is that like it's not the big Comic-Con everyone watches premieres at.
Stan Lee. Okay.
So I'm in the convention center, and I'm walking around with a buddy of mine who I travel with, and we're walking around, and then Stan Lee comes out, and I'm talking to my friend. My back is to the doors, and Stan Lee walks out with bodyguards, and I don't know, they must have been the worst bodyguards in the world. And he like walked right into me, like hit my shoulder, and I turned around a little surprised, like who just bumped into me? And I gave him this look, and he apologized, and he goes, oh wow, like, and he said some comment like you're tall or whatever, and I said, oh, and then all of a sudden I processed it, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. He goes, oh no problem, and he kind of laughed, and he walks, and his bodyguards catch up, who probably got fired afterwards. And then I turned to my friend, and I was like, what just happened? He's like, dude, I never washed those clothes. I can't believe you just bumped into Stanley. I had no clue what was happening. So,
he literally,
yeah,
like that's what happens in every Marvel movie. Is he just randomly bumps into? Oh, hey, sorry, didn't see you there.
I wear and smell that shirt every time I watch a Stanley cameo.
God,
man,
see, how much would you pay to get the video of you bumping into Stanley now?
Oh,
if there's a video, a lot
just for my own personal amusement.
Well,
I want to see my reaction of processing it. Because it would happen so fast,
I would want, I've never met on that level of anybody.
He was very smaller than you, if you believe it. By the way,
that's so cute. So cute.
By the way, Dan the Man, Steve McQueen, that's a good reference. I will throw out there. I think of Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings, how he purposely shot people at different distances for the hobbits to be hobbits, not real grown human. All right, so let's go with. We'll take, of course. There are going to be teams that would take him as a starter right now.
He's also going to play for the 49ers.
That obviously, Grant couldn't tell you about that. You did a podcast in Cleveland?
Yeah, briefly.
No one listened.
It wasn't like locked on.
Here.
I'll tell you that. No one here listened. Of course.
No. What? No. What?
Go ahead.
What are you saying? No to?
Hit that one.
I don't know which one. I just hit four things.
The Miss Cleveland. Do you miss Cleveland?
Where? Oh, there it is. YouTube user, man, greatest hits here.
No, I think it was a great chapter, but couldn't be more excited to be back. I think that really does rub Cincinnati the wrong way sometimes when they find out I moved to Cleveland for a job, but sometimes it takes you places. I was grateful that it was Cleveland and not Anaheim or North Dakota or somewhere crazy, Montana, like Elise. Elise. So yeah.
I just got a text message asking if I was still alive. I'm just going to send them that I'm busy.
What was it like being in Cleveland? No, I love downtown Cleveland. We lived there, and it was great. But really, like I said, really, really excited to be back.
Gavin's hitting some marks, man. I'll tell you right.
All right.
Right now. Rapid fire.
Yeah.
I pulled out something random. It's like I love all of it. It's fine. All right, let's go.
All right, 2 minutes left. I'm going to tell Andrew to get out of here.
Tell me to get out. It's my house. Dang, smaller than James. All right. This keeps coming up. What's going on with this?
All right. So final fist bump record with Brian Callahan was they won.
Is this a locked on thing?
Yeah, I did a fist
Okay.
bump with Brian Callahan starting in New Orleans. Every pregame but one win. So they won 10 straight, 2 in the playoffs. So the fist bump ended up being – it was 10 plus New Orleans plus Atlanta plus Cleveland. So it's 12, but I wasn't there for one. So it was 11-2. Finished 11-2. Close. 11-2. Didn't get it done. Had to find him in the tunnel in Kansas City. I didn't have field access, which is a whole nother thing that was really annoying.
Sit back a little bit. You're talking in front of the mic.
It was really annoying,
okay.
but you know.
That's a good one.
What?
Who's your
Oh,
Super Bowl pick?
probably the Chiefs, but just because I think they have the better quarterback. But I also could see the scenario where if their receivers are banged up, that it is the Eagles. And I think the Eagles certainly have the better weapons. I think they have a really good offensive line. They're better in the trenches on defense. So could go either way. Ask me in a few days. We'll see. I'll give it an official pick. I also got Vernon Davis's answer to that in our interview, which will probably drop Sunday or whenever. There we go. No, there we go. The mic is muted right here.
What? Because you touched it?
You when you grabbed it, probably.
Oh, I grabbed it.
Would you trade T for Sauce? It's wild, but the answer would be yes. Because of the rookie, just because of the contracts. T's on a rookie deal for 1 more year. Sauce has 3 more years. So, and you have the 5th year option that you don't have with T with Sauce. Neither side would do it, but yeah. Sorry, we lost audio.
Was it me? I'm going to go back. I'm going to go review.
When Andrew grabbed it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know.
He
This
grabbed
is some...
it. He got mad. And he talked crap to me. See?
Look, I'm going to give this a
Anyways.
thorough review, better than Kansas City officiating.
Anyway.
Um,
Dang. There you go. You played that off well. Way to play to your audience.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. Do you want to talk about your boy? Because I feel like no one's mentioned Tom Brady, and you get so excited about him.
I mean, what's there to say?
All right.
He had a great career. He's the greatest quarterback of all time, way better than any quarterback that ever played for the Packers. And I thought he was going to come back for 1 more year, and he didn't. I thought San Francisco made a lot of sense. Good for him. Go be a dad. Go enjoy your family, man. I get it. How long for Dax to fill Bates' shoes? I mean, it'll take time. It'll be a growing process. I will say this. Dax Hill as a prospect was better than Jesse Bates as a prospect. How do they develop after that? I don't know. But I think Dax Hill is going to be pretty darn good. The problem is they did not have a spot for him this year because they had Jesse Bates and Von Bell.
This would be the opportunity for me to make the bet and then be able to change your profile picture for a week if I win on whether or not I was the one that turned off the mic on replay. Just saying, rapid fire, but I'm just saying. The answer is yes.
Let's do the red flag challenge. Go back to that real quick.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
A bottle of bourbon.
Any bourbon?
No. Like we'll go to the store. Whoever loses has to pick out the bourbon.
We'll pick out a max price. I mean,
yeah. We're not gonna crush the person,
right?
But that's what we do. Red flag challenge. Who turned the mic off? I'm willing to do that.
Well, I'm saying it's not me, but I'm not saying it is you.
Well, it's one of us. It has to be because this is a push button.
Do you believe?
That's a push button. I just pushed it. They didn't hear you. So he said, "Do you believe in the paranormal, James?" When it was muted. Point is, it's push button. Someone touched that thing. So we'll see.
Okay, fine.
Bottle of bourbon.
I really want to change your profile picture, but okay.
The thing is okay, that's cool for you. But if I make you change your profile picture, it doesn't really hurt you that bad.
No, it doesn't.
Everyone sees mine.
I'm not saying.
I'm not even trying to be a jerk.
I'm saying you can make up your own for you. I'm not saying
bourbon works fine for me.
I just want to change your profile.
Bourbon
I don't care
works
about.
fine.
Yeah. All right. Dan says it was James. Wow, I'm glad I didn't pull these up right away. That would have changed the bet potentially. Oh, okay. All right.
Nah,
Yeah. Oh,
too
chip
late.
challenge. Oh, I love spicy shit.
I didn't
stuff.
move the
It won't
mic.
even matter.
I didn't move the mic, fellas. So
It won't even matter. All right, let's go. We got
No.
we're way past time. We're on
that's
borrow
it.
time.
No, I'm gonna close.
That's it?
That's it.
Really?
Y'all are the best. What do you mean that's it? Was it? Is that
Post credit scene?
100 minutes? No,
Okay.
100 minutes. Dan the
All
man. Hey, Dan the man. I don't like that you're on Andrew's side this much, and you're gonna owe me bourbon too when it was Andrew. And if not, regardless, I really appreciate you supporting. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. Tonight was a lot of fun. I'm empty, which means that we're gonna have another
Getting
pour
close.
after after we turn off the lights here. But we'll be back at it. We have a ton of stuff to get to and more live Q&As. I like the idea of that. I think that's going to happen. Even if we're not in the
He
same
says that
room.
at every live Q&A, by the way. It's
Even
been
if-
2 years.
Even if we're not in the same room, I think I think we need to find a way to do it. Maybe a weekly show. Maybe we put more on Andrew's plate to edit and design and craft. So we'll see there. But hit that subscribe button if you're new. Ring the bell. Thank you to everyone
I saw people mentioning Goodberry should have been here, by the way.
with super chats and everything like that. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back soon. I promise. Have a great weekend. And thank you so much for watching. He's Andrew Fox Miller. I'm James Rapien. Thanks again right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk.
Throwing up a few more comments. So while you
I'm just going to smile. I'm just going to smile.
It's done.